5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're now tuned into the 411 podcast and reading Between the Wines, powered by the Black Diamond Consultations Network. More than a podcast, this is a sanctuary for self-discovery, healing, and personal growth. Here, we explore what it means to live debt-free, not just financially, but spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Every episode is part of a journey across our weekly mentorship series: Spiritual Sundays, Mental Mondays, Transformational Tuesdays, Wind Down Wednesdays, Coaching Sessions Thursdays, and Financial Fridays. Each day holds space for wisdom, clarity, and real conversation. So grab your journal, pour your glass, and prepare to go beyond the surface. Because here, we don't just talk, we transform. And now, here's your guide through it all: entrepreneur, mentor, and founder of Black Diamond Consultations, Laren Gaines.
Welcome on in. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Reading Between the Wines. Yeah, we're here. Another Wednesday. And we are getting ready to get on to this here. Episode 14. Subscriptions you don't use. But before we do that, I want to see how y'all feeling out there tonight. I want to say good morning to those of you who have been rocking with us in the morning. I appreciate that. Y'all be up early in the morning, and I definitely do appreciate y'all for that. And of course, for those of you who are, checking us out at our original time when we used to do this, I used to really do it late at night at like 10 p.m. How things have changed. I remember when I first started, I said, wow, I'm going to keep rocking till 10 o'clock and be wrapping up at midnight. Yeah, that was short lived. As I continued to evolve and grow, I was like, yeah, we definitely ain't doing that. But here we are, basically just flipping the script and taking it to a whole nother level. And we start super early in the morning. So you can get this inspiration, you can get this motivation to help you on your debt free living journey first thing in the morning. So check us out wherever you listen to your podcasts: Spotify, Deezer, or iHeartRadio, streaming live on Facebook, D Live, Twitch, YouTube. Try to be wherever we could be, wherever we fit in and wherever it makes sense. That's where I try to be. But of course, I could not do this without each and every one of you rocking and supporting, and I definitely do appreciate you. Thank you all so much. And of course, I have to give a very special thank you to my executive producer. I want to thank God for giving me another opportunity to come out here and give you all the 411 podcast, Reading Between the Wines. Thank you for the lessons, the growth, the wisdom behind it all. And yeah, I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to still be here. And I'm thankful to have people, such as, all of you out there, family, friends. Thank y'all so much for everything. I appreciate y'all. Now, we're going to do this song of the day. This is going to be a deep one. It's going to be a short one because I ain't going to try to keep y'all too long. Hopefully, it's going to be a deep one because it's coming straight from the heart. So let's get in. Beautiful singer, beautiful woman just in general, Miss Snoh Aalegra. And I love this record, I Want You Around, released in 2019. Now, I want you to look, like my girl Mary says, look in my life and see what I see. But instead of you telling somebody to look into your life, I want you to look into your own life, because everything starts with self. And I can get out here, I do the teaching and I, you know, share lots of things, lots of content out there. But doing so, I have to make sure that I just don't do too much. And sometimes I got to look in my own life to see what I'm seeing. But Snow Allegra, she got this record called I Want You Around. So when I look at my life, I think about all of the things, all of the people that I wanted around. And sometimes the things that I wanted around me were just no good for me. And when God said no, sometimes I stepped in and I thought I knew, and I would say yes. And it was this tug of war constantly back and forth. But I'm so thankful and so grateful today that I have the mindset of knowing better that, listen, God, more of you and less of me. Because of the things that I want around, sometimes they are no good for me. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but I'm only speaking from real life experiences. Let's think about that relationship that you wanted so bad, and you wanted that person around you so bad, but they were just no good for you. And just as much as you push for it, that's as much as you took those steps backwards. The more that you tried to hold on tight, the more that you fell deeper in a ditch. I don't know who I'm speaking to. I'm only speaking from real life experiences. It has even jumped into, you know, the job sector. I just wanted that job and I just wanted that promotion so bad that once I got it, when next thing I turn around and look up and realize that that thing that I wanted so bad and loved so much, I hate. What? There is a thin line between love and hate, but I just wanted it around so bad. I just wanted it around me so bad. Let's take it to the financial aspect as I wrap this thing up. Because listen, I just started, but I can stay on this. This could be the whole show. The things that we want around that are no good for us. Let's take it to the financial aspect of it. Look at your bank account. Scroll through. Let's do a little bit of inventory. The things that you wanted so bad, the things that you wanted around you so bad, is that the reason why you are struggling financially? Is that the reason why you are struggling spiritually? Let's get even deeper. Is that the reason why you are struggling mentally because of the people, places, and the materialistic things that you just want around you? You just have to have it around? Song of the day, I Want You Around by Snow Allegra, released in 2019. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm ready to get into this tonight. Now, I need your help tonight a little bit. Keep the energy levels up. I've had a very draining day today, but I'm not going to let that spoil anything that we got going on here. So, if you're out there listening, please use your virtual voice. That's the best way that you can support the show. Drop it in the comments, share, subscribe, tag a friend, do whatever you need to do. But use your virtual voice. Let me know you out there. Shout out to SOS. Thank you so much for always coming through. I appreciate you. Shout out to Dre Kings. I appreciate you as well. And I do want to let y'all know that, yeah, it's going to be a dry episode tonight. I'm not sipping tonight, but I definitely am going to give you this wisdom. So, again, I got my little mug here. It's cold. I'm in Jersey and it's snow all over the ground. So, yeah, it would be a nice night for a bottle of wine, but it's just great to have this nice ginger lemon tea. So, this is going to be the substitute. But I want to talk about spicy, powerful red wines. It's wintertime. I recommend, you know, spicy red wines. It's great to heat you up a little bit. So these are the most mouth-filling wines of them all. Grapes such as Cabernet Sauvignon, Shiraz, and Zinfandel, which is my favorite, dominate this category. The wines will look inky black in a glass, really dark. They show intense sweet black fruit on the nose. than dense, velvety, smooth, inky fruit on a palate. The key here is ripeness. These wines are mainly from grapes tough enough to survive in hot vineyards such as one of my favorite places in the world, Napa Valley in California, Australia. Many will evolve in the cellar, but their overwhelming ripeness also makes them fruity enough to drink young. They need all of the oak to balance their powerful fruit flavors. Many come from the New World, but parts of Europe create these wines too. So I want to say thank you all for out there listening and joining into Reading Between the Wines. We made it here, episode 14, another episode of Reading Between the Wines. Cheers. Toast up your glasses. Get your journals out because we definitely getting ready to go in tonight. And of course, I could not do this without each and every one of you. So I want to say thank y'all so much. Cheers. All right. So we getting ready to get into this. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my special guest, author, poet, Birdman 313. What's going on? How are you?
Hey, how's it going? I'm doing great, man.
That's good. That's good to hear. I'm doing good, doing good. It's a little chilly up in here.
Yeah, it's a little warm here. you know, it's
Oh,
a
you know
warm.
what? You know what? That ain't right. Let's start us off the show like this.
oh man, come on. Hey, it's good. And my son, it's hotter there. I was talking with him. 'Cause I told him went to the park, got me a little walk in, and he said, "Well, that's good. He glad I'm getting around more now, and I'm doing my little walking and taking pictures, shooting videos, just having a good time." And I told him, I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "It's 75 here, kind of windy." He said, "Wow, that's good, Dad." He said, "It's 80 with no wind." I'm like, "Oh man." And he just up
That
to they
ain't
just
right.
up
That
he
ain't
just
right.
up the road from me. It's like a 3 hour drive to San Antonio from my house. So but he said he was out and about. He said, "I got some shorts on." That's how he say shorts.
Is it is
His little tank tops. I'm like, "Yeah, okay, man." I said, "Enjoy yourself."
is this the son that listens to
Yes,
us?
yes, yes, yes. My other son, he's
That's
so
what's up. That's
busy.
what's up.
He's a chauffeur and he be all over, man. So I me and him, we get a chance to talk, especially when it's sports on TV. We chat it up.
Mm-hmm. Well, shout out to him doing that job. I did that for once, and it only lasted a couple months. That didn't work out
Yeah.
well.
Well, I mean, hey, he be chauffeuring some big time player, people. Cisco. One of the guys from Stone Bug.
Oh, I got you. I got you. I got you. Let me Bone Thugs and
Yeah, he got
Harmony.
he showed for one. He showed for them. One of the fighters that's from here, the middleweight. He chauffeurs, people like that. That's who he be really chauffeuring in. When people going to like treatment centers and they want to go, like out of town, he does that. So
Mm-hmm.
he go to Nebraska, go to Kansas, and a few more other places. So he get chance to see the country.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my first concert, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yes, 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 yes.
Hmm. All right, I got so much to talk about, but before we get into this tonight, I wanted to ask you: are you going to go see that new Michael Jackson movie that's coming out next
Oh,
month? No, it's not next month. Excuse me, 2 months from
of
now. It's
course,
April, I believe.
of course.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I gotta go see. MJ. He's still on my list.
Yeah, I know we were talking about him. I was listening to one of the replays, and we were talking about the Off the Wall, and I was like, I gotta ask him if he's excited about that new movie that's coming out.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's get on into it tonight. We getting ready to get into our money hacks segment. So, what number you got for me?
45.
All right, let's see. 45. What kind of conversation we gonna have tonight? 45. All right, here we go. 45. Let's see. We got don't take out federal loans unless you are on track with your retirement savings. Parents can take out federal plus loans to help pay for child's undergraduate years. Like a Stafford loan, like a Stafford loan, that interest rates on a plus is fixed. The formula for the plus loan is the interest rate on a 10-year treasury note, and then they have 4.6%. For 2013, the 14-year, and this is outdated, but when this was written, for 2013 to 14, the years of that rate was 6.41%. Once the loan is dispersed, the interest rate does not change. But when you go to borrow for the next year, your rate for that loan will be set based upon the prevailing 10-year treasury rate. The maximum interest rate that may be changed in subsequent years is 10.25%. At 6.25%, a fixed rate plus loan is still better to deal with than a variable rate private loan. But here's the deal: parents, you should not borrow a penny for your child's college education if you are not on track with your retirement savings. You think that sounds harsh? It's anything but. Putting your retirement ahead of your child's college costs is the most loving decision. I want you to be financially secure in your retirement so you don't have to turn to your adult children for help. These are loans, excuse me, there are loans for college your child can take out probably in retirement. So I guess that's the moral of the story. Don't put your child's education before your own retirement, because at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, you ain't gonna be able to pay it back, and you're gonna have to ask your children for help. So I guess the flip side of it, you help them get a great job so that they can help take care of you, because you basically blew all your money on their college education. How does that sound?
uh, I don't. You know what? Taking out a loan, I don't care what kind it is a disaster to me. Because I taken out a loan, went to school, and to me, I still didn't learn nothing because I couldn't even get a job in what my degree was in.
I know that's happens all the
But
time.
I mean, and it put a handcuffs, get taking a loan out, put a handcuff on you at the beginning, and it can really, like I admit I defaulted on my loan, and it haunted me for years. And I finally got it cleared up. Matter of fact, I had a letter I had to carry around whenever if I went to another school and wanted to try to get money like scholarships and all that. I had to show the college that I had paid off the loan. I mean, even for some jobs, I had to show this letter that I had paid off the loans. You know,
Oh, that's craziness. It starts to affect the job.
Yes, yes,
Mm.
because they feel it's always a thing where it was always told, once you start something, you finish it. If you can't finish it, you won't finish anything, and that's how a lot of instructors used to say that, especially in college. So, you know, and I just feel like, man, taking a loan out, if you know what, put it like this: if you need to take it. If you don't really need it, don't take it. And I know people who got money and dropped out on and once they got the money, they got so much paid for their schooling and whatever was left over. I don't know if that ever happened to you, but you always got a little bit left over. And I know people who actually took the money and ran with it and didn't even go back to school.
Took the money and ran with it, and how far did they get?
Not far.
Yeah, they gonna come money back one way or the other. That's one loan, student loans,
Yeah.
is that is unforgivable. Or they gonna get their
Oh
money.
yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, my taxes got held up for 10 years behind that. 10 years. But
Taxes,
yeah, my
yeah.
taxes, my income tax for 10 years I didn't get because it was paying off a loan. It had accrued so much interest, and then
Mm-hmm.
it was well actually it was being split between that and child support. you know, got behind in child support, got behind, things just went crazy for a while for me. I hurt my back, couldn't work, and so, I fell behind. And hey, for 10 years, I didn't receive income tax because it was paying off child support and paying off a loan.
And then I also heard that after they get done doing that, of taking all of your income tax and garnishing your wages and everything else that they know how to do, that they'll even take your social security.
They can. That's why I got
Wow.
that's what I'm glad. I was blessed. I got all of that taken care of before I start, my retirement.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, word to the wise. That's basically what you said. Don't take it out.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
if you don't need it, don't take it. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I know some people, don't get me wrong. Everybody just can't pay for, a college education out their pocket. I understand that. That's why I say, if it's not a necessity, then don't do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I hear that. Well, we are gonna get into our assignment tonight. This is a interesting one. I was just having this conversation with somebody this week, and it just comes up so naturally. And here we're gonna be helping out Miss Caitlin tonight in Columbus, Ohio. So Caitlin says, Laren, I didn't think I had a spending problem until I started reviewing my bank statements, streaming apps, meal kits, fitness memberships, a premium meditation app I used once, a subscription box I forgot I signed up for, all quietly eating anywhere from $200 to $300 a month. I never notice it because it's automatic, it feels invisible, but it adds up. And when I realize what's happening, I feel frustrated with myself. I tell my tools or investments in myself, but most of the time they just sit there and they're unused. I want structure, I want clarity, I want my money to serve me, not leak out while I scroll my phone. How do you take control of these small but persistent expenses without feeling like you're denying yourself? What do you have for Miss Caitlin?
First of all, it's hard for me to believe somebody wouldn't be paying attention to their bank statements and their credit card statements, and looking at what bills, what they're being charged, like credit card, what they're being charged for, or bank account, what's coming out their pocket.
Oh, you be so surprised. Oh, you be so surprised. But go
Yes,
ahead.
I know.
Go.
And and when I seen that, I'm like, is this real or this a fairy tale? I mean, because every month, well, for me, I always check my statements. Plus, during that monthly period, I'm checking I'm checking my credit cards, I'm checking my bank statements, seeing what's being taken out. Don't get me wrong, I did get caught up one time where something was being taken out, and I'm like, why is this being taken out? And when I called about it, they said, well, this has been taken out for like the last 4 or 5 months. I said, whoa, stop it, block it. And then a lot of people, what they do is they call to tell the company to stop their payments. And if you don't tell the credit card or your bank about it, they will still try to hit you up, like, and see what they can get out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I always
You,
huh,
I don't mean to cut you off, but what's big for that is gym memberships. You got to be very careful because you can tell them to block it, but they got this workaround thing to where if you don't physically go in the gym and handle it with them, they can still take it out. But go ahead.
I was getting ready to say that too. Yeah, I mean, we had, like I said, we had a gym membership, and we made sure, that it was completely blocked. Um, and I know one time we had went back, and it was new people there, and I'm like, why is this extra coming out? And then she kind of, oh, hold up, that's because. And I said, but you didn't tell us that when we signed up. I said, okay then. I said, look, I'm done with this. Period. Don't hit my account up no more. A matter of fact, the credit card that's on my account, you ain't got to worry about bothering them. And I always call my credit cards and I tell them, hey, this here is supposed to be stopped. I'm gonna tell you somebody else is big for it. I hope I don't get in trouble for mentioning the name, but ESPN, they good for that. I had that you have that package, ESPN, Hulu, and oh shoot, there's another one that's in on with them, and I had called to have it stopped because I don't even watch ESPN on my phone or tablets like that. And when I realized they was taking money out, I went on, and I'm still getting a charge. And I called them, and the bank, no, my credit card, they said, well, sir, did you also tell Disney? And did you tell so and so? And I'm like, I told, that's what it was. And they said, you have to let each one of them know. If not,
Oh my
money will
god.
be taken out of your account.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's
And
craziness.
that's why, I'm like, this must be a young lady who just, she said that she just realized. How can you just realize when you get a bank statement? Don't you look at your bank statement? Don't you look at your credit card statements? And if not, shame on you. Not them. That's on you.
Mm-hmm. I, I remember it all so well. I used to do the same thing.
And
Yeah.
Diana and I, we be talking about that, and she the one really got. She said, "Oh, you need to check it every day if possible." And I'm like, "Ah." And I found out checking it every day, I kept up with what was being taken out. I just, and lately here I have is things like, okay, streaming. I used to do the streaming with Amazon, and then I put a hold on it for a while. And I was like, oh man, it's so good to have that, even though it ain't much, because I wasn't really doing, I wasn't that much listening to a lot of music on there. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize all the CDs that I bought, I'm thinking I'm going to get them back. I'll be able to keep them. And I found out you paid for them, but you can't keep them. And I'm like, what? But see, what I did was before they changed that, I downloaded music from Amazon, and I downloaded it on my computer. And I have a lot of CDs that I did buy that I did do that with, and So I started back, and then finally I said, you know what? I don't use this a lot. So guess what? I'm getting ready to go ahead, and I did. I ended that, and they haven't tried to hit me up for no money or nothing. But there have been times when my credit card will let me know that, hey, this is something that you ended, but they try to collect some money from you.
Mm. I guess the best way to, and I'm probably have the terminology wrong, but the way that the society is set up today, and excuse me again if my terminology is not right, but have everything like you, but you own nothing. So with all of these streaming apps and things of that nature, even your gym membership and meditation apps and subscription boxes, have everything, right? But own
Yeah,
nothing. Because the minute that you stop paying, the minute that you default on payment, the minute that you say you don't want to sign up for this plan anymore, it's over. Now, I I have some of these subscriptions as well. They got me with the music. They
uh
got me
huh,
with the music because I have every single album at my fingertips and I can listen to it, replay it, play it whenever I want. I've never been in this position in my life where I can have any CD, album, artist right at my fingertips. So
yeah,
have everything, right? But own nothing. The minute that I stop paying that, I can't listen to that anymore. So yeah, Netflix and all of that stuff that everybody signs up for, the minute that you stop paying, you have nothing.
exactly. Yeah, and that's, yeah,
So
that's what I tell a lot of people that too. I didn't mean to cut in on you.
and no, that and just, like one of my sayings is you can have a little bit of everything you want in life. You just can't get too crazy over any one thing. And that's it. It sounds like Miss Caitlin got crazy over a whole bunch of things and thought that she can have it all. Streaming apps, meal kits, fitness memberships, meditation apps, subscription boxes, things that you forgot to sign up for, and the next thing you know, it's eating away $200-300 a month. That's insane.
Yes,
That is insane.
that's true. And like I said, I talk to my sons. We talk about that a lot. And like like my youngest one, he's into that. And I was telling him about how I was been trying to save the albums, and he's or CDs. I shouldn't say albums. I'm so I'm so used to saying that, but saying the CDs. And then we were talking, and he said, Dad, anything that you download now, when you cancel that streaming service, you lose all of it. Eh,
Yeah, you get the false idea of thinking you have it because you hit that download button.
Right. And I said, well, and then he said, but Dad, all that music you have on your computer already. And I'm like, yeah. And I said, I've been trying to add more. And you know, um, I said that's why I don't really need the streaming service, because I have what I want to listen to, and I'm happy with it. I mean, I have a friend out in LA. I was talking with her the other day, and she's on Spotify, and I don't pay for the service, but you know, um, like she can watch my videos, and I can listen to her music. And I often heard how musicians are on Spotify, and they only get 2% of whatever, like if they sell a CD, they only get 2% of that. And I'm like, wow, man, that's crazy. 2%?
Yeah, and they have to have like so many different streams in order to make, a couple $1,000s. So they gotta have like you gotta be like superstar status in order to really make something.
Well, even well, they were saying one time, they said Snoop Dogg has, I forgot how many millions he has sold, And he was like, "Well, where's the money at then?"
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And that's why a lot of lot of them is fed up with these streaming service. But I mean, where else is you gonna go? That's why so many of
I
them, and a lot of them. That's why they do concerts, because that's really, to
right.
be honest, that's where they make their money at. That's like authors who sell their books on like on Amazon, and all these other services. You make your money going to open mics and book festival. That's how I do, because I can sell a book, and I sell a book for $10. I may get a check for three or four. I mean, we talked about that, $3 or $4 if I'm lucky. and
Yeah,
and,
my
and when I go to an open mic and somebody say, "Oh, I want to get one of your books." Yeah, okay, I got it right here. They say, "Oh, you got it? Yeah, how much? $10." I get the whole 10. I get a chance to feel the whole, the whole 10. But if they buy it on Amazon, Amazon get the 10. And then they send me whatever, and I've been hearing a lot of authors complaining about Amazon now is taking most of their money, and they're sending them like $1 and 25 $80 checks for their books.
I'm still waiting for a few checks to come in. I basically told them to keep it. Keep it at this moment. I'm pivoting and moving and doing something different.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I always on hand try to keep physically. I won't I will not sell a person, like if I don't know you, you won't get my home address. I had issues with that. I had issues one time with that about, I used to use my email address, and person wanted to buy books. And then they said, "Well, we gonna come to your home." No, you're not.
Oh no.
And I had yeah, you know, but I try to keep up with everything when it comes to hitting my bank account and my credit cards. So, like I said, I pretty much I sit down and I look at my credit cards, and I may look at them 4 or 5 times. That may sound crazy, but I'm making sure nothing is being charged that I don't know about or that I approved of.
Right, right, right.
I look at my bank account statement, and I do it the same way. I make sure that there's nothing being hit to my bank account that I didn't approve of. Because like I said, that's why I said she had to be a young lady who just didn't care. And then now she's worrying about where my money going to. Well, just like she said she bought one subscription or one app, and she only used it one time. Well, you don't remember that you got this app, even if it was one time and you had never used it again, but you're paying on it. That sounds kind of strange. Like she just don't care.
You know what I say for Caitlin as we get ready to wrap this up.
Uh huh.
With this type of attitude, it's just game over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, because you think that you can rack up all this stuff and scroll. And I know a lot of young people, y'all go through this with this scrolling and TikTok and all of this stuff, and they make it so easy for you to just push a button and you link your card to your phone and Apple Pay and iPay, all of this nonsense, Google Pay. And it's easy for you to just do stuff like this. But you're going to sit here and say, how can you do all of this stuff without feeling like you're denying yourself? How can you change your habits without feeling like you're denying yourself? See, this is a problem that I have, and I know that this might not be right. You know what? Just keep on doing it. Keep on doing it until you hit your financial rock bottom, and then you're gonna learn. Because with all of the things that we have at our fingertips, sometimes we need to stop acting like we got it so bad, and we're not privileged in the state and era that we are living in today. We have lots of things at our fingertips, and you want to sit here and say that you're denying yourself?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. That's why
Mm-mm.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you denying yourself of what? Because you decided to drop this prescription. You know, I don't put. I mean subscription. I'm sorry, I said prescription. You decide to drop this subscription, and you feel like you deny yourself from what? And and it's always seemed like everybody you trying to impress somebody. They all trying to impress somebody.
She didn't say how old she is, but and again, that doesn't matter either because you got some older people that do some reckless things too, but
Oh
this is
yeah,
no good. So
yeah.
yeah, no, no good. All right. So yeah. If you want to chime in on tonight's assignment, let us know how you feel about the show. Let us know how you feel about the vibe. Please go ahead and drop it in the comments and let us know how you feel about it. You can also text 609-200. Let us know how you feel. And yeah, it's almost that time, Bert, man. What you got going on this week?
Ooh, let me see. Tomorrow night I have two readings. One with journal expressive writing. That one's at this time, and then LA Poetry Society is doing. It's a new month, end of the month open mic that they're trying to build up. I'm signing up for that. Then Saturday I have it's called Saturday night special, a poetry reading, and that one's out of Austin. And then Sunday, there's one Sunday afternoon called The Lion and the Pirate, and that's also out of Austin. And all these reading is they're monthly, once a month.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I got my
That's
feel
what's
I
up.
got my feel of poetry this and then I'm also trying to get my manuscript done so I can go ahead and get it into this publishing company so they can start looking at it. So
Oh, that's good. That's what's up.
yeah.
I don't think I got much going on. I know I'm gearing up for the financial wellness strategy session, which is not next week, but it's the following week.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I listen. I have been focusing on some behind the scenes stuff, and I'm so glad that I've come over.
Yeah.
And it's about to close some things and wrap things up. I'm looking forward to recording, some new podcasts and stuff. We got the live version coming up soon. I've just been doing a lot of behind the scenes things.
Well, that's good. That's good. Sometimes sometimes it just takes time for everything to, I guess, start working. You know,
Yeah.
and I tell people that 'cause people ask me how long I've been writing. I say all my life, and then they say, I said, "Well, I
Mm.
just, things just start turning, you know, what was it? Phew, 10 years ago. It just started really turning
Wow.
where going to open, when I was going to open mics here, and it was always that it wasn't that friendly feeling. And now I started going to Austin, and it was a different vibe there. Where I mean, anytime they have something, they they invite me, man. I don't care what it is. They invite me. They say, "Hey, if you can make it, the door is open. We got room for you." Um, Co-op radio out of Austin is like that. Talking with one of the guys the other day, and he said, "Hey, you're always welcome." He said, anything we have, and I have something to do with it. He said, "You always gonna be featured. Don't worry about that." He said, "If you make it up here,
Hmm.
you gonna be featured." So he's been featuring me at all his events that he had, and then he even talked to people and said, "Hey, invite Birdman, let him be a feature." A couple of them kind of like overlooked me, and he's made comments to him about it. I told him, "Hey man, don't worry about it. It just wasn't meant to be."
Right. Like when one door closes, the next one just might be open.
Exactly, exactly. So, that's the good thing. I know I'm welcome, and it's funny, man. And people say they don't understand it. They say, "How come you're not like it's not like that for you in Houston?" I'm like, "Hey, because here most of everybody's into that slam, they into slam poetry,
And
and so
poetry slam.
yeah. So I said I don't do slam. I said I don't try to compete at all. So hey,
Mm,
I that's not my style. And I've had several people, they, my name came up, but it's nah, his
that's
his
that's
style is not for this. So it's cool.
that's biblical because he called us to get up and move from where we are, our home station is. You may not get the love.
Yeah,
Paraphrasing and doing it my way. You may not get the love within your own four walls. You have to get up and go and uproot yourself and go somewhere else. You might be called to move, and then that's when the blessings come. So your hometown, sometimes we don't get the love in our hometown. We got to go out and we got to go somewhere else
yeah.
to get what's
And you know what?
meant for
It's
us.
sad. Even L.A. If I go out there and I call the host and tell them, "Hey, I'm in town," they be like, "Oh, come on out. We got a spot for you." Just like that. I mean, and I'm like, and they another one of my friends. She's a musician. She live out there, and she was like, we met her for lunch one time, and she kind of like, "Well, why ain't you do anything in Houston?" When I told her, I said, "Hey, I get a chance to do more reading here in L.A. than I do out there." And she said, "That's crazy." I said, "Yeah, but you got to know your audience." And I said there's a lot of them that they just like that slam. And it's that's the way music is. You got the rap. Everybody is for the rap, and for the other like R&B. They kind of like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And they kind of push it to the side. Where poetry is becoming that way too, where the slam they want the slam. They hype the slam up so much here because there used to be a lot of festivals here. Now, it done died down because if it's not slam, then they don't have a platform.
Yeah, that's craziness.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go ahead and get on up out of here, pay our bills. So
Oh yeah.
I want to say I appreciate you for coming on, of course, and adding your insight as always. And
Yeah.
look forward to next week. See what we have next week.
Yeah. I do my best, man. I don't expect people. Like I tell people, my kids don't listen to me, so I don't expect nobody else to listen to me.
You know, people, we write our own stories. We just here to give our opinion. We're not here to give any advice. So listen, you do what
Right.
you got to do. You do your own thing. It'll all come
Yeah.
full circle, and you'll be like,
Oh
"Oh, I
yeah.
remember when those guys were talking about." You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But I
All
was
right.
that way too. I was that way, so I don't. That's why I just like I keep doing what I'm doing. Either you clap for me or you turn your back. It don't make me no difference anymore.
I know that's right. All right. I will talk to you next week. You have a good night and take
You
care now.
too.
All right.
Okay, man.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was author, poet, Birdman 313. And we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Please head on over to LarenGaines.com. Sign up for that free 15-minute consultation, and we will see you next week. Take care, y'all. Have a good night.